Before I start this video, I just want to say that you should be buying Prismatic Evolution's Elite Trainer boxes at $100 or $110 because it's worth it. Everything's going to go to the moon. So I said it and I really mean it. Buy it at $110, buy it at double retail. Just buy it. It's a good deal because it's going to 3-4x, right? So just do that. So I want to get that out the way so I can make everything clear that you should be buying this. So now that you've bought it, right, at $100, I want to show you guys the math behind this because you have to sell the stuff to make money. I think we all know this. And for most people, you're going to be selling on eBay. That's most people. Yes, you can go to Facebook Marketplace, whatever, but I'm assuming in this video, you're selling on an online platform like eBay. And this video is for educational purposes because I feel like some of you guys out there maybe have not thought through the fees and the math, so I'm going to do it for you. So hopefully you guys can follow along because if you've never sold on eBay before, you may not know how fees work. I recently just sold some stuff on eBay. They've changed some stuff with their fees, so I want to take you guys through if Prismatic Evolution's Elite Trainer boxes, if it goes to $150 or $200 and you buy right now at market price, how much money will you actually be making after fees? Now I want to set a few things straight here before I show you guys all the math behind this. I'm assuming you're buying it at market price at $107 right now. Not at retail, I'm not saying that. At market price right now because it's a good deal, buy it, right? I'm assuming that. And I'm also assuming you're buying or selling, you're selling these one at a time. Now I know people are going to say, well, I bought cases worth. Yeah, shipping and stuff, it's going to bring down your cost. But we're assuming, just to make everything simple, you're selling one box at a time. I know that might skew some things. People said, well, I bought cases. We're assuming that because it's just going to make things easier. So with those assumptions out the way, I'm going to show you guys the math. If it triples MSRP, if it goes to $150, and if it quadruples to $200. Now, I'm not saying any of these scenarios are going to happen, but I want to show you guys the math. So if you're buying at $110, which is a really good deal, I want to show you guys if these scenarios happen, if it hits 150, 200, how much money are you going to be making on an Elite Trainer box? So I'm going to take you guys through the math. Hopefully you guys can follow along and I'm not too confusing here. So let's do the math. So first, I want to show you guys the price you're actually going to be paying for an Elite Trainer box right now because you have to pay tax, right? So $107 is the market price we're using based on TCG Player. Yes, you can find them cheaper in other places, but I'm using market price on TCG Player. So I'm assuming in the States, taxes range from 6, 7, 8%, 9%, I think. We're going to use 7%. It's kind of like in the middle. So $107 with 7% tax is $114.49. So this is the price you're actually going to pay for an Elite Trainer box because you have to include tax in the cost of the product because that's how that works. So remember this price. That's how much you actually paid for the Elite Trainer box. So now we're going to get into the math. If you sell at $150 on eBay, so $150, right? This is how much you sold it for. You have to add the tax because with eBay, they do this final value thing where they actually take the percentage with the tax, with the sales tax. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Hopefully you guys are understanding this, but basically, yes, let's say you sold for $150 at the time it's market price. You have to multiply the tax and then do the 13% fee after. It's stupid, but it's how it works. So you multiply by 7%, you get $160.50. So that is what they take the 13.25% off. That's how they do it. So then you're left with $139.23. And that's not your money still. You have to actually deduct the 7% tax from that. This is what you're actually getting. And you still haven't paid shipping. You haven't bought the shipping label yet. So this is what you're actually getting without the shipping label. Now, I've sold on eBay before. I sort of know how the prices work with the, boxes. If you're selling one Elite Trainer box, your cost of shipping is probably going to be $5 to like $8. But I'm assuming, I'm just going on the low end here, it's $5. So after all the fees and everything, all the taxes taken out, you subtract the cost of shipping, which is $5, and you're left with $123.73. So now let's deduct this from the original price of $114.49, which is what you paid. And you get $9.24. That's amazing profit, $9.24 for an Elite Trainer box. Now, obviously, yes, you can buy it, you can sell in cases. You're going to make a little bit more money per Elite Trainer box. But like I said, for this video, making things simple, So assuming that this goes to 150, like I showed you here, and you sell it at 150 on eBay, right? After all the fees and everything, if you bought at market price today, you would be making $9.24. And that's assuming this thing triples in retail. So this is how much you're going to make. So just think about that. Next, let's assume it quadruples retail, right? To 200, because we all know retail is like $50. So it quadruples to 200. So same process. I'm going to go through it a little bit quicker since I think now you kind of understand the idea here. You do the tax, right? $1. Well, you have to multiply 1.07 to get the 7% tax. It's $2.14. So then, with the final value, whatever, you do the math with the 13.25% fee. It's at 185.64, but you have to round. So now you're at this 185.64. You subtract the tax that they obviously doesn't go to you. Now this is actually how much you actually made. And then obviously, like I said, to keep things simple, $5 shipping. So here is how much you actually made after all the fees in shipping, and you subtract it from the original amount you paid. And here, if it quadruples, you're making $52.16. So, like I said, buy it $110. It's a good deal. But I wanted to make this video just for you guys out there that maybe don't know how fees work with eBay. You don't know the process. I told you, I've sold stuff literally like a few days ago on eBay. So I know how the fees work. I looked at everything. This is how it works. So this is just for educational purposes only. I'm making this video to show you guys, especially those who have never sold anything on eBay. Maybe you're just getting into this whole Pokemon investing thing. Maybe you're planning on making an eBay account to start selling your products on or whatever. This is how the fees work. And just to show you guys the scenarios, if it triples retail and if it quadruples retail, how much would you actually make if you bought at market price right now? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this breakdown of how these sort of things work with fees and shipping, because believe it or not, it matters a lot, especially when a product isn't not like, if this product was like $300, obviously you'd be making more money, than if this product's only 100. So things matter with, how much the value of the product really is, because percentages and all are great, but when the percentages are of a smaller number, it makes the amount of money you make lower. If that makes any sense. I don't know if I probably butchered that explanation, but you can see here that, you're not really making that much. I think we can all agree $9 isn't that great. So assuming it goes to 150, which is triple retail, after everything, if you buy at market price right now, after all the tax and everything, you're making $9.24. And I really want to emphasize this number right here, because $200, yeah, maybe it's possible, right? Maybe it's possible it goes to 200. But I want to emphasize the 150 because I think this is more realistic. So this is how much you will be making on each Elite Trainer box if you sold individually. Like I said, if you bought in cases and you're selling in cases, you're going to be making more per Elite Trainer box. But for you guys out there that maybe just buying a couple to flip, just know that this is actually how much you're going to make from each Elite Trainer box if it goes to 150. So, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoy this breakdown. So, I really feel like maybe some people out there need to see this just for your information. If you still want to buy it $100, which is a great deal, this is how much you're probably going to be making, at these price points selling on eBay. And of course, like I said, you can sell locally. You can go on Facebook Marketplace. But I'll be honest with you guys, I've sold on Facebook Marketplace. It's worked out sometimes, but other times it really doesn't work out. There's a lot of people that waste your time. Trust me, I've sold on Facebook Marketplace. You get some good people that are actually cooperative, but you get a lot of people that waste your time. So I'm assuming you're going to be selling on eBay, and that's why I wanted to make this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this sort of, breakdown. I did this with the Silver Tempest booster box on the Pokemon Center website, but hopefully you guys enjoy this with Prismatic Evolutions, because yes, this is more popular than Silver Tempest, so more people might watch this video. I hope you guys appreciate this, just so you guys actually see how much you would be making after all the fees. So thanks for watching this video. Remember, buy at $110, $100 is a good deal. Just remember to do that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.